Hey guys, welcome to this channel. My name's Bern from the Cauldron, and I want to introduce you to the Madefire Motion Book Tool. So let's get started. You may have asked yourself, how can I create my own digital comics, or how can I animate those? Well, the Motion Book Tool will help you to do so, and the best thing about it is it's completely free. You don't have to pay any dime. Don't have to pay for subscription models or monthly fees. It's completely free. It's open source, so let's hop right into it. Alright, this is the Motionbook tool, and the first thing you will have to do is go to create.madefire.com and create your own account. You can log in with your DeviantArt account or your Windows account, but if you don't have these accounts, just create your own one. I will show you the overall features and options that the Motionbook tool offers you. It's a browser-based software and it's free for all. As you can see, there are 4 buttons on the left side. Those are the most common ones that you will use. Create a new page, a new project, upload your assets, and manage your files in a library. The bottom bar just shows some different types of managing tools, like where are my recent assets, where are my recent pages, recent projects, for example. Then it opens up and shows you the thumbnails. You can go back by clicking this button. You have your own folders that you can create, your recent sounds, pages, images, and whatever. And on the top right corner, there's this action button. There's some familiar things like create page and upload assets, but there are your account settings. You can set presets and default options there, and you should have a look at it. So to get started, we will create a simple project with static pages, and we will handle animation, effects, and advanced options in some future episodes. So the first thing that we have to do is create a project. So we click on New Project. There will be a new tab, as you can see here, with some different options and properties of your new project. For example, the name. So we just go for tutorial, and the subtitle is if you have different episodes, for example, we just call it episode 1. The access part doesn't matter that much at the beginning. You can just click on it and a drop down menu shows. If you set it to public, the Madefire team and the Cauldron team can review your art and can help you to publish it. So the tags are the next one. Tags are used to index your comic in the Madefire app while the publishing is going on. So if someone wants to read your book, which is a dark elf story, for example, he will maybe search for dark fantasy or whatever. So you will type in dark fantasy elves, whatever comes in your mind that fits your story. Description is kind of what it says. Just write down the overall plot. What's your comic about? What's special about it? Just write it in there so people can read it when they click on your thumbnail of your comic, and this will be shown. We will skip the advanced options for right now. There are the thumbnails of your project. Because you have no page, there are no thumbnails, but we will take care of that in a few minutes. And the next one are publishing options. You can publish to the Madefire app, you can publish on DeviantArt, and if you do so, it will land in your stash, and you can check if you want to submit it right from this tool. And if you click this button for the web format, you will get a unique link while you're publishing, but I will explain that later. We have created a new project, but what we need is a new page. So we'll hop back to the home button and create a new page. And like the project, a new tab will open that's just called page. And here's a little tip for you guys. Don't start with page 1, page 2, page 3. If you're doing multiple books, they will all have the same name, like page 1, page 2, and whatever. So make something up that will be specific for this comic. So for example, some short codes. I will just write this for tutorial, PO1 for page 1, and VO1 for version 1. Because in fact, you will have to edit and tweak some pages later, and it is a good way to see if there's a version 1 or version 2 if you have just fucked it up in a little, so you can go back to version 1, for example. So the next option is the background. As you can see, we will have a canvas that you can set the preset in your actions and account settings. Mine is the 16:9 tablet landscape because this is kind of what I'm going for. You can add different landscapes, different page sizes by clicking on this plus. And as you can see, there are some available, but I will show that to you later. So I want to change the background. So I just click on this. It's black because it's kind of empty. And I will go for kind of some bluish color like this. And that's kind of all for the background. You can put it down, and there are some different options like scaling, rotating, but for the background it really doesn't matter that much. On the bottom there are the page properties, and it's set to page pause at the end. So what this means is motion books will have animation, and for example, if you have an animation that lasts for like 20 seconds, and at the end of the animation will be, for example, a word balloon, because your character just smashed another guy and he just has a one-liner at the end. This will allow you to pause the page after that. If you don't click it after the 20 seconds, when just the word balloon pops up, it will switch to the next page. So you will have to tweak this thing, kind of how your story unfolds. Fade to white, I mean, I think it's kind of clear. So that's it for the background right now. A cool thing about Madefire's Motion Book Tool is that it allows you to publish your book on different devices, smartphones, tablets, browsers, even in VR and Magic Leap. And to do so, you can just add a new canvas. But when I will do this, I show it to you. We will just go ahead and get the phone and landscape. So I just added it, and it appeared on right next to the blue background. But as you can see, you already had edited this background, so you would have to do it again. And to just avoid this, first of all, you can place your canvases first. Like I would actually go with 6:9 tablet and phone. I skip iPad and iPhone because the phone and the tablet one will work on there too. You will have the storefront, the store thumbnails, which I will explain later, and HDTV. So now we got an empty canvas, but we kind of want this background. I can click on this background. I can select it by clicking on the name, or I can select it right here and just add the background. As you can see, if I click on this one, it's blue, and I click on this one, it's empty. But imagine you have already created a few characters and backgrounds and a whole scene or multiple scenes and even animation, and you have to do it all again. That kind of sucks. So I will just click on this tiny little eye icon to just remove this. So what we do instead is we will duplicate this page, which is the 16:9 tablet, and we can duplicate by click on this button. So now we have two duplicates, and we can edit one of those by clicking on this little icon, and we can change it to 16:9 phone. And there's a crop option. This matters if you have characters, and or if you start with 4K and you go back on a smaller screen, so you can crop the images. And if I click change, you can see it's the same page right now. So you can drag and drop the canvas, you can zoom in with your mouse wheel or with this little bar, and we can start adding some assets. So to add some assets, we will need to upload one. So we will go back on the home screen and upload some assets. If we click on that, there will be a new window on the right side. On the bottom, it will switch to recent assets, so you can check if you already uploaded those. And if you click on the plus button, it will open a window, and you can just select some assets that you've already created. So I will go for some things that I've already created. So I like that one. Open, and they will automatically upload. You can upload PNG files, JPEG files, you can upload sound files, and you can actually upload image sequences, which I'll place on the advanced options, but I will do a separate video on that because it's kind of behaving like a GIF file and a small animation in itself, so you don't have to animate it in the tool. That can help sometimes, so but I will explain that later. After those are uploaded, you can see they will be placed in those recent asset bar. So we will switch back to our tutorial page, and now we will add those images. So as you can see, there's this new layer. You can click on the plus, and there are images, text layers. You can already draw in the book, but I wouldn't recommend it. There are containers that are quite useful, especially in animations, but I will come to that later. There will be panoramas that are kind of a 3D environment, parallax effects that kind of give you more depth in a 2D space, image sequences as I said before, and sound. But we will go with a static page now, so we will just add an image. So we click on done. So now there's some kind of placeholder, and you can see some options underneath it. So we can I will just drag and drop this little character, place it there, and he will appear on both canvases at the same time. You can move him around like this, you can scale him, you can place him wherever you want. But as you see, if I scale him here, he won't scale on the other canvas. So if you want to scale him on both canvases, you can just scroll around. There's a rotation button, and use initial scale. So if I just type in like 120% and hit enter, it will scale both. If you want to type in something and don't want to do it manually, but you just want to scale him on this canvas and not on that, you can just select this canvas or select it right up there and just type in 120. So he will just be scaled like there, right here. So if I click somewhere else, every single canvas will be selected, and if you can see, if I just let's go back there, you can't see the 120 there because you have multiple options between those two canvases. So if I click there, we'll say 100. If I click there, we'll say 120. Same goes for transparency and whatever. So I will just leave it to 100%. Why it's not working? Because I'm on the wrong. Right. So, you can place the image by typing in the coordinates. You can rotate it. You can set the transparency. You can use masks. But what's really important is this retina double thing. So, if you have important assets like characters in the front or assets in the front or text images that have to be really sharp and that are not in the background, it will check this retina double. It will double the amount of images and it will be more sharp on smartphones and tablets. But if we have a lot of images, a lot of stuff going on, a lot of effects going on, keep this bar in mind. It will display how long your page will take to load, and you will keep it in the green area. Then we'll go to like this, and it will be orange, and if it's red, it will probably crash your book. So if you have a lot going on, especially in the background, you don't have to use it, but on text and word balloons or characters in the front, you will definitely use this one. So let's fill this page. I will add all those images right now. As I said, I can do it by clicking on the plus and add a new image, but because these are already image files, I can just drag and drop it on the plus, and if I just let it go, it will be placed. But as you can see, the tool works with layers, and every single time you add a new layer, it will place it above. So this is actually a background, so I can just drag and drop it underneath the guy, and then it's in the background. And as you see, when I was just drag and dropping it right into it, it just got the file name. You can just rename those layers every time, but it's kind of faster to just drag and drop them right into there. And you have, when you click on it, you have the same options right here, and you can select those single layers by clicking on it, and I would just place it a little bit more, a little bit higher there, this, and then we add some rocks here on the left side. Let's see, go there, I don't know, there, and because it's of him, I will just switch that. Next one, the rock on the right side. Let's see, go some kind of there, and shoot down. So we actually placed some rocks there. See if that's working. Okay, it's working. And this will be 2. So I'll just place this here. And as you can see, it's way bigger on this canvas, so I just need to scale it a little bit. I just go like this. All right, and don't forget to save. You can save your page right there. You can duplicate it with this one. This is quite cool. You can go more full screen. It hides the bottom bar, and with this button you can make some mock-ups with tablets and smartphones. So as you can see, I just saved the the page, and it will appear in the recent assets. It will appear on recent pages as well. So I will add a little bit more to this page. I will add the logo of this upcoming book, and as I said, this is really important. So I will just check the routine. And now I see that this guy is kind of in front of it, so I will just place him a little bit more on the right, and the logo right here is kind of off, so I'm not doing it pixel perfect right now. It's just to give you a little glimpse of what the tool can do, and like there. So that's kind of it. That's kind of all you can do with a static page. The whole animation will be in the next video, but I will show you how to publish this kind of project. So save it again and go back to my project. Alright, we will go to the new project, which we haven't named yet. Oh, we haven't saved it. That's cool. We'll just drag and drop this page that we created right into here. And if you have multiple pages, you just drag them. You can switch the order after that. And when we click save, you will notice a new tiny window in the right. So I will do it right now. And we'll take a moment. So there it is. And what it does, it's uploading the first image, and as you can see, it has created those two thumbnails. Because we used a landscape format, this looks good, but the thumbnail for the portrait mode is kind of off. And this one is actually the most important one, because this one will be displayed on the storefront in the app, because they're mostly like comic book covers listed up. So we will have to edit this, and we can do that on the first page. So we'll go back to the first page, and what we'll do is, like we did in the beginning, we will just get one of those pages like this phone page and duplicate it. And then we select one of those and edit it and click on store thumb. And now we want to crop it. So I click on change, and voila, there we go. And we could do this again with the landscape one, but it's kind of good to go. So I will save that. And as you can see, nothing has changed. So I will just select this page and delete it. It will not delete it from your account. It will just delete it from the project. So it's almost already there. And we just drag and drop it again and save it. Now it will be uploading again. So we'll have the previews, and there we go. So we're good to publish. And what I will do, I want to get a web version of it so I can show it to you guys. So I can just hit the web checkbox and click on upload. So now it will be uploading the whole project, every single page, every single image, and if you got like 100 pages, this can take a while. And as you can see, it's creating the previews, creating those thumbnails, and doing some optimization stuff. And after if it's finished, we can read it. So we'll just wait a few seconds. So this should be really quick, but if not, I will cut it from here. You can see those page sizes that we've chosen right there. Those are page, and now you see that it's version 1, and if there's an upload error, you can see where it just didn't upload anymore. And after the upload is done, you will see this window, and you just click on Open Upload History. You can open this History tab in your Actions. There it is. And as you can see, it's still uploading. And after your project is done, you will get a unique link like those motion books. And this unique link will just lead you to your motion book. As you can see, we have the destination Madefire. So after this is done, as it's done right now, you can log into your Madefire app, and you will have a section that is called Development. And there you can read your book if you have created the pages for your phones or tablets. If you're just doing 4K, it won't appear there. So if you click on this link, it will open a new tab. You will actually get to see your first creation, and it will just load a few seconds. And this is basically the Madefire reader. You'll have full screen, you can set the volume. If you click on the bottom, if you have multiple pages, they will be shown here. You have a menu where you can share it or need some help. And this red arrow shows you, if you click on that, you will land on the next page. But this will have to do something with animation, and we will take care of that in the next video. That's it for today. I hope you enjoyed the video. Like, share, subscribe, hit the bell icon. Feel free to join our community Discord, link in the description below. There are a lot of artists that will help you and support you to create your own motion books. You can team up, you can find some artists that will work with you, and we will help you to publish your book out in the public. So, thanks for watching, and see you next time.